This week, the power to eliminate is back in your hands. We're almost down to our final couples. I've led y'all as far as I can. So now's the time where you need to get that much-needed advice. Your family. Things gonna become a lot clearer for all parties involved after this little meet and greet. I'll meet the Thunderous Three back here. We're also gonna decide who is it that you feel just isn't ready to love.
I'm gonna have my cousin Darius meet Lee first and then Janelle later on. I think the biggest challenge is trying to be intentional with more than one woman.
You know, I ain't gonna let you down.
Even though they can be polar opposites, they're both so thoughtful and caring. I think he's gonna be a great mediator to see who's best for me.
With Quentin focusing on Janelle on the getaway and Chris being eliminated after we got so close, I'm not really sure how this week is gonna go.
What first attracted you to Quentin?
Honestly, at the mixer, he had on like this teal suit. He talked about marriage and wanting to have kids.
She's so sweet, man. I've never met anybody that's kind of matched my energy in that aspect, and definitely something I need now.
When Quentin says my sweet nature was something that he needed, that's refreshing because you want to feel like my partner needs what I have to offer.
What do you like to do for fun?
So I love to travel, and then I'm big on like ATV, zip line. I want to do fun stuff. We didn't really even get to spend like any time together on the little getaway.
I did like that you didn't make a big fuss about it.
Yeah.
You were still able to be cordial in the house, so I've never questioned that part.
Well, thank you.
At all.
In my room, I was punching the wall. It's cool that Darius thinks that I'm a great vibe for Quentin, but honestly, the getaway is still lingering in my mind.
I could see her with you. To be honest, it was just like you in a green dress.
The question for both of my connections has just been, what does it look like outside of this process? Me and Lee think a lot alike.
My Aunt Tammy and my cousin Jonita, they are two people who have seen me in so many different phases of life.
I'm hoping some concerns for me will be addressed.
Tell me what you like about this guy.
He has a really good personality, and then obviously he's just super sweet. I lost my dad around August. He was talking about it, and I'm like, okay, I could learn more from him, you know, because he's a little bit further along the process than I am.
Do you have any reservations about this situation with you?
I have a couple. His stability with as far as his career. He was kind of saying how he had reinvented himself. You know, I want to make sure that if we're going to be blending a family.
Aries mentioned stability in my career again, which I get it. Most women would like to make sure that he's, you know, gainfully employed and things of that nature.
When I speak about the reinventing thing, I did it for more stability. My previous career, you got to travel to go make money. I needed to sit down so I could be there for my son, as well as add on things. But yeah, y'all go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
What do you see in this young lady?
A lot of inner beauty. Just in somebody I can enjoy life with. She's lovely, she's beautiful. She's one of the greatest women I've ever met in my life. So I'm ready to just keep moving that forward.
That's a good thing.
Just great overall.
Listen, I'm gonna let that, we're gonna end on a high note. It did raise more concerns about his stability. This is an area we're gonna have to really deep dive into.
I get the reservations because she's a grown woman, but at the same token, I'm a grown man. And I have thrived in life in my own right. I ain't tripping, and I'm just gonna keep enjoying the ride.
But it's come up more than one time, so now some doubt in my mind is starting to fester, like, what are you really in this for?
I don't mean to sound like a butthole, but that's gonna be a loss on her end. Because
I've narrowed it down between two ladies, and I equally like both of them.
You know I can be brutally honest.
That's what I need.
Hey, how are you?
What's up,
Hey, darling, how are you?
How you doing?
Tell me your name one more time.
Anquinette.
Anquinette, I'm Jessica.
We call her Ned.
Whatever feels comfortable for you.
I'm just interested to see Arnetta's take on Maurier.
I just want to be sure that your motives are sincere. Because we are super protective about our cousins. I just really want to make sure that he's sincerely happy. If we feel like you're doing something wrong, we're going to call you out on it.
Right.
We don't have time to play.
Hi, we have a special guest. A man's family tells you a lot about that man.
Are you worried at all about his connection with Jessica?
I have zero concerns about,
All right, Maurier.
Yeah,
I like you.
I know how to pick them.
not all of them.
You gonna bless the food?
Yes, I bless the food.
That's rare
What?
when men pray over the food.
Yeah.
Is it?
Y'all look good together,
Both
we
Tauruses.
baby.
I really don't believe you know that much about a person by random times of the day that they were born. Every man I date has been a Christian man. Maurier is spiritual. I don't need you sending that juju over here. We need to be talking to the same person.
It definitely makes you feel uncomfortable because it's different. But take a moment and enjoy it. It might be what you're looking for. He's definitely into spirituality. What is your outlook on that?
Exactly the same.
Really?
I'm big on manifestation, energies. You gave me some crystals on our last date that I love. At the same time, I'm very open too.
I like that.
Thank you. I like you as well.
You want any children of your own?
I do. I started at 4. I was like, oh, I feel like every girl should have a sister and every boy should have a brother. So it was very intentional that I find someone who aligns in the parenting space as well.
Do you want any children?
If it's something that my partner wants, I'm definitely open to it. If something my partner doesn't want, I'm okay with that too.
Okay. If he don't have anymore, he okay with that. So
And I appreciate that.
Is there anything about Maurier that you're unsure of?
So I'm not unsure.
So he's even able to go outside his norm and pick up their phone.
I did appreciate learning that Maurier is consistent. What I see with him is something that I will continue to see with him as well.
So what's your thoughts?
A little uppity.
She reminds me so much of my mama.
Very much so.
Crazy.
She has a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think Maurier's ready to be in a relationship?
I think he's past ready. If he gets the right person that do what they're supposed to do, then he do what he's supposed to do. No questions asked.
That was beautiful.
It's real though. I really appreciate it sitting here talking with you. I really want to see where this goes.
I definitely feel like after meeting Annie that I would get along with their family very well.
I look
nice
forward
meeting
to meeting you again.
Yes, me too. I feel like I'd be a great addition to that family.
Who do you see me with?
I honestly think Kat is better. It seems to me like Kat is more open, especially like when it comes to family.
Yeah.
Jessica want a big family.
Yeah.
You got your boy. But I mean, that's your decision. Kat got my vote. It just seemed like a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
I really got feelings for Jessica. I've built this connection that has so many different layers. I feel like I'm still stuck.
I wouldn't want to be you.
Maybe I'll take some engagement photos.
Ooh.
What first attracted you to my cousin?
And he was just incredibly authentic. Giving me lovey-dovey eyes today.
I feel like I always give you lovey-dovey eyes.
Today's different. I want someone I can build a life with. That means if we do business together, if we do children together, you know, whatever.
Kids, but
as far as like naturally having children, what I told him is if he's gonna be taking his time, some things are gonna come off the table.
The biggest question between me and Janelle right now is if I would be okay taking children off the table. And I don't know if I'm okay with that.
What type of woman would you like to see him with?
I feel like he needs somebody that's soft and, you know, help him through like the hard times to get to where he wants to be as a man and a provider for a family.
Damn, cuz that was
By the end of this date, we certainly have this age thing. I'm really looking forward to meeting more of Quentin's family.
They're both beautiful girls. They're both, you know, successful, but it was just something about Janelle that had you like, this my girl.
I think the only aspect is I wish Janelle was a little bit younger. But Lee is great.
I can't wait to see who you choose, man.
Oh, man.
Echo.
It's a little echo in here, yeah. It's a beautiful day out. Got a couple bikes. So, you know, we can stroll through this park.
I'm used to being on the indoor bike, not the outdoor as much.
I haven't rode a bike since I was like a teenager, I feel like.
What are the things that you need to have in your partner?
And laughter, depth, paying attention to the stuff I like, which you already do. I like a good concert, comedy clubs. It don't take a whole ton.
I feel like I'm like the opposite of you, though. I want loyalty, security. Some of the heartbreaks I had to do with that not being there.
Right. To mention security, I feel like there's a monetary base to that. She doesn't really elaborate, but it's loud like the third time I've heard this, and it's starting to get on my nerves.
One thing I don't question is the connection that he and I have. That is real. But now it's like I have to be the mature version of myself. You know what you need, you've learned over these years. So I have a lot to think about.
What Aries is bringing up has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with her past. I don't do great when someone wants to just pull away for the sake thereof. So pull away and go away. I know you're gonna pull it back, but I don't necessarily like it.
It feel like you know what you're doing in here.
Just a little bit. Oh! Me and Lee definitely still need to have a conversation to see where we're at, if there's something still there, or if we just need to call it quits. He was enamored by your beauty.
Hopefully you are too.
You are gorgeous.
Thank you.
You've been gorgeous. I think I should have gone in there with like a plan, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm. At a certain point, it becomes like, I don't think he cares. Like, do you really care?
I definitely apologize. You two are two of the most authentic people here. I don't know if you guys can see similarities between.
He completely lost me. I'm sweet, she's sour. I'm up, she's down. We're both black women. That's about it.
I definitely want to see us in that space as well. I don't want to make a decision yet because I feel like I have two of the best women here. We're both coming to the understanding there's still love between us. Every time that I'm around her, I'm just reminded about, how sweet she is. I still think about you a lot.
Quentin is saying that he hasn't made a decision between Janelle and I, but I'm not really buying it. It's too late for me to try to make new connections.
You and Chris had a connection at one point.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel with that elimination with him?
It was a very triggering situation. He was boiling and going crazy. I don't think any of us came into this process to be blatantly disrespected.
That's really shocking.
I'm taken back. Like, yo, we don't do the disrespecting women. The times that I've spoke with Chris, he comes off as if he's like, this gentleman. For him to do that, I was definitely very disappointed in Chris.
I know that's tough for you. I think that's why we also match so well. We both have really tried to trust this process as much as possible. So now the cat is out the bag of who said what. How do you feel about us now on a scale from 1 to 10?
-0.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I think we're probably moving to 10.
Okay.
I don't think that there's anything that I'm really concerned or I have hesitation on that I don't feel can be a compromise and rectified. The relocation thing you got going on, okay, I think that can be revisited.
Or we might have going on.
I don't know if I want to do that.
I honestly feel like we have seen a lot of different elements of a relationship already. You get me. I think I get you out clearly more than everybody else. I'm glad to have this space with you after the getaway.
I see some real moments over here with Jessica, but I'm building something over here with Kat. And I still don't know what to do.
Tommy.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for meeting
come.
me here. I hope Tommy can give me some answers.
Tell me what's going on.
Where do I start?
I want to hear about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
She kind of started leaning towards Kat, and she realized Jessica wants kids. With Kat,
you're in a love triangle. You know that, don't you?
I am. It's almost like meeting a new woman.
You got some tough decisions, bro.
Yeah.
It was fun teaching her how to hit a ball, and we talked about, what transpired in the house. And she's very sweet, she's very caring. So it was just like a reminder, you are really amazing.
Well, Speaking of Lee, I met with her.
Okay.
She wanted to talk after you guys had that date.
Okay.
She felt like at one point, you guys had a solid connection.
Yeah.
And intention. She don't want to be second choice. She felt it best to end her journey with us.
Wow.
Focus on what she needs.
I never wanted Lee to feel second choice. We definitely have a connection. That's what's most disappointing. I still wanted to see the process through with Lee.
Today, nobody's going home.